Pretty Awesome is hiding in the room from the event so she can talk to you before 11 o'clock at night. Yeah, it was too long of a day yesterday. They're still going now, and I'll catch up when I'm done talking to you. But I want to share with you what we just learned or heard about, and it ties really good into a lot of the P words that happened today. And if there's people out there listening that aren't thinking that you can quit or thinking that there's no hope or you're at the bottom of the barrel and that, like, what's the point of quitting gambling? This story that we just saw was pretty impressive. There was a man who, his name is Mike, I think Milio, but he was one of Tony's testimonials. I think they're trying to sell us a class, which is fine. Anyway, his story talks about how he was sleeping in a lifeguard chair, homeless, and somebody gave him a Tony Robbins book, and he read it and started applying the principles to his life. And he was talking to us live from his summer home in Maine that his private jet took him on because he applied these principles. Now, my hope, if I'm being fully transparent with you guys, is to find my way to be like a Tony Robbins of recovery and work on the things that make it so our lives go from what they are, gambling, to phenomenally amazing. And that's phenomenally with our P word of the day. If we're talking about this from a gambler's perspective of going from, that point to where life is basically just shitty and feels hopeless and like the mountain is just too big to climb, I'm going to share with you some of the P words that I think are important to think about this. So I tell you about Mike because it's just another example of we could get anywhere we want to go if maybe we apply some of these P words. It just tied in. So the first one, and some of these I did get from your answers on Facebook, but also I'm throwing a couple in because of just the way that this story hit me. So, of course, the first one is positivity, because positivity is no gamble, according to our tagline. But it really is a foundation, and it ties back into the gratitude. And one of the things we keep hearing in the story is, or in the whole conference, is life doesn't happen to us, it happens for us, which I didn't even know was a statement, I don't think, but it's how I feel with my evolution and shutting the door on the past and feeling like I'm just working on the second half of my life now. So being positive and grateful and knowing that there's light at the end of the tunnel is definitely a good place to start. Whether you believe it completely or not in the beginning, that's fine. I'm not telling you have to believe it. I'm just telling you that it's best to stay positive because it is possible. Possible. You see? Perseverance. That would be another P word that is relative here. When I tell you that this man went from living on a beach, excuse my yawning, living on a beach to, a millionaire summer home, I'm sure he had his struggles and loopholes along the way. that he had to overcome as obstacles. There was another story of two people, which I love this idea, and I saved their information, and I think absolutely this is what I'll do to set myself up for when I die. This company turns ashes into diamonds for, it could be either of your pet or of people. And I think that that's my newest, how I want to go and where I want to be. So I'm declaring it publicly. So just in case I don't have it all sorted out and documented, now everybody knows how I want my afterlife to be. I want to be a sparkly, blingy diamond. So perseverance, patience was another one that I had written down, and this showed up quite a bit in the posts. You know, we have to be patient with ourselves in our journeys and patient with the P process, because not everything happens on our timeline, on our terms. And if we could just find a way to embrace that and know that it works out the way it's supposed to, and if we can be patient with ourselves, oh my goodness, this is worse than normal. Yikes. I am sorry, guys. It's a lot of sitting and watching and dancing and listening. So I'm sorry, it's wearing me out. So being patient with ourselves and the process are just an integral part of the journey. Now, if you're not, living on the beach and in this place of complete ground zero, then hey, even better, right? But I can't even talk tonight. Woo! If you're not quite as bad off as this guy, then all right, great, you're ahead of the game. I'm sharing his story to show you that it's possible from even that kind of a place. And I can't read my writing. I know there's two more in here. Anyway, I think the next P word I'll share with you is possibilities. The possibilities are endless. Here's what I can tell you for sure. The possibilities are endless if you quit gambling. The possibilities kind of disappear a little bit if you don't. It's definitely a whole different journey if you don't quit. You might not have a journey if you don't quit. It could stop. Progress, progress. That's another one that you have to be mindful of. If you don't gamble today, that's progress. If you apply for 30 jobs or 30, credit cards, which I don't recommend, to help clean you up, only because it would kill your credit score and blah, blah, blah. And that's a whole other conversation. But keep in mind that there are definitely more possibilities than just what you think could happen. And it will happen when it's supposed to happen. There's always more options than we think of initially, guys. There's a P plan for us. This is my belief that we have to go through what we go through to get to where we can prosper emotionally and financially. And I just that's my hope for everyone. I'm so disjointed tonight, but that's really what me talking to you every day is about, and me growing every day with you. I'm going to sound a little, I don't want to sound, oh, well, you know what? You get me as you get me. The last 2 days, I'm getting value out of what I'm seeing, but I'm also feeling really grateful about where I am in life. And it's because of the P program and P principles that I try to apply to my life. And being here talking about it with you guys is helping me with that. It's making it worth it. It's helping me see a long-term P plan, and you're part of it. And even though Tony's telling us a lot of valuable things, I don't feel like I'm hearing it from the first time. I think I'm getting to explore so much of it with doing the daily readings, with interacting with everybody, with just some of my other, my classes and stuff. It's just a big P process, but I can see how it's coming together, and I'm grateful, because if I had to hear all this information from not having any knowledge of it, I think, gosh, I can't even imagine what those people are going through. It's overwhelming and exhausting in a good way with some sort of a foundation. So I wish those people a lot of luck as well. Okay, I am having horrible manners. Like I said, I'm kind of disjointed, so I will try to do better in the morning. We got PQ. So Q is tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. Yeah, so I will talk to you in the morning. Hopefully I won't sleep as late as this morning. Hopefully we won't go as late as last night. All right, beautiful people. I hope you're having a good weekend, and we will chat soon.